Emiliano, what do you think about Katt Williams' interview with Shannon Sharp? Listen, he went in. Listen, this interview has like 30 million views already, I believe.
I want to ask y'all about y'all highlights from this year. Personal.
Wait, I know I was actually watching it, but I fell asleep. I watched probably an hour and a half of it. On Club Shay Shay. He already has 31 million views. That's crazy. That interview, wow. And listen, Katt Williams went in on everybody. But listen, personally, I don't know what is true in what he says. I don't know what is not. I don't really care. But it's very interesting to see that we are arriving to an interesting point, and that's my takeaway from this interview. We are arriving to an interesting time now in the world where some people are refusing to stay silent, and I believe that the energy of 2024 is making money and not staying silent. A lot of people who didn't want to play the game of the industry now have a possibility to have a voice, when back in the days you had gatekeepers. What I was saying to David about me not wanting to play the game and deciding to even leave the Martinique, Guadeloupe, Guyane business, like I was just like, you know what, I don't want to be having to deal with all the little mafia games and people lying to me that my artists cannot be on the radios because I don't have allegiance to here and there. I'm too independent. It cost me some markets, but I decided myself to remove myself from these markets, because back in the days, if you were not on the radio, or you were not on the TV, you were not on Trace TV or MTV Base, or you were not on the radio, well, you were not selling your CDs. And my problem was, a lot of people, to play on the radio, you had to kiss ass to somebody, or you had to be friends with such and such, or you had to make sure that such person would not pay for you to not be there and them be there. Like, I was like, yo, listen, I want my artists and my songs to play because we make good music. And I want this to be the only reason. But because it's humans, you're going to have a lot of people that will not want to play the game fair. And what happened is that guys like me, we decided to remove ourselves from these markets so we could concentrate on the internet, on places where nobody can control our voices. And this is why, look, a lot of people, they don't trust the news anymore, and they prefer YouTube channels from what you believe in, but they prefer the Idrissa Berkane, Alain Foucault, The Hill, Joe Rogan, Joe Budden. Like, people prefer receiving the news and conversation from channels on YouTube rather than the real TV, because they don't trust them anymore, and because you can see that the people who come have an agenda, etc., when you'd rather believe people who tell the truth. And because there have been so many lies in the past 4 or 5 years about, listen, from the vaccines to this to that to the different wars, etc., that is I kind of see myself in Katt Williams, because whenever I do an interview about the Zouk market or the Kizomba market, it always goes viral because I say the truth. And I'm not scared, on the contrary to a lot of people, to tell the truth. because I've been blackballed by the industry a few times already, but because thanks to that, or because of that, I've built a system where I don't need nobody. I don't need radio. I go the people who listen to me, they go directly to Spotify, TikTok, and the people who want to hear what I want to say, they come here on Club Shada. And everything that I want to talk about, the knowledge that I want to share, my opinions on things, I tell them here. So listen, you think people don't invite me to interviews? I get invited to interviews all the time. And I say no a lot of times. I only accept 5% of the interviews because most of the things I want to talk about, I talk about them on my platform where I can control. And there's a lot of interviews that I do where I'm like, oh my God, I'm wasting my time. This guy is not intelligent. And that's where I recognize myself with Katt Williams. He's somebody that, because he makes his money by himself out of the industry, he can tell what he feels about them without any being scared of any repercussion, because you cannot block him from going on movies or interviews, whatever, because he can fund his movies, his shows, everything by himself. And that's what I like about him. Now, is he telling the truth on everything? I don't know. Everybody will decide. It depends of what. But listen, the thing he was talking about Didi, about Weinstein, we've been talking about that stuff for a long time, and everybody was ignoring. So now that everybody is up to speed with what has been happening, he's like, yeah, I've been telling this forever. And I got blackballed for saying this, and now everybody's waking up. I like people like that who they say what they have to say, and that's it. I saw one of his special a long time ago. I'm not really a fan personally. In terms of stand-up, I like Dave Chappelle. Everybody else I know more or less, but I'm not like inside this. But I like somebody that understands that to be free to say what you want to say, you have to be able to first being able to back yourself up without nobody's permission. And that's what I like about him. Now, after that, listen, he said, listen, that was entertaining to me, and this has broke the internet. This is crazy. Like 30 million people watching the interview. Oh, he went in on so many people, and it feels like the internet has sided with him. So listen, great power move, and I believe that he's about to do a new tour of 100 cities. So listen, he now has the perfect promo. So I would say, well done. Yeah, a lot of reactions. Like the whole internet is talking about it. So yeah.